Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and today we've got Jeremy Stout here. Jeremy, it's always so much, I want to say fun. It's always so much fun when we have you on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
We
I always
get
love
into
being
some
here.
amazing things that are going on over at Park and Rec and at the Nature Center, and you know, you never know what Jeremy will bring on the show. No live animals this time.
No live animals, just a few pieces here and there.
So what are we talking about today? What do you want to tell us?
Well, you know, one of the things I always love to talk about in the wintertime is birds. Because, you know, with so much stuff, you love plants, well, half of them lose their leaves during the wintertime. Mm-hmm. You know, you love mammals, little furry, sweet things. Well, they go underground and hibernate during the winter. But birds are one of the things that you can see, you know, every month of the year. And not only that, but you see different ones in the wintertime. So wintertime.
The ones that have come from Canada.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what folks
they
don't realize.
Here instead of going to Florida.
Everybody says, well, I heard birds fly south for the winter. But what people don't realize sometimes is that we are south.
That's right.
For birds that are much farther north of us. So some of our birds are only here in the wintertime. Some leave for the wintertime. And some, of course, are here year round. But regardless, wintertime is a great time for bird watching.
That's great. So, you know, tell us a little bit about, if you, of course, there are some avid bird watchers that really know the ins and outs of it. But if you haven't, but you've had sort of an interest, or we've piqued your interest, tell us about how do you get involved and what do you start looking for?
That's
what do you
right.
do?
Well, and let me first, since you mentioned those avid bird watchers, we have several wonderful resources locally. Of course, right here in Bristol, we have the Bristol Bird Club that is very active. And even though they are some of the best birders in the state, they also, you know, they have members and visitors to their programs of all ages, activity levels. You know, folks should never be afraid or intimidated to go bird watching with the pros, you know, because they love getting new blood in there. But then, of course, at the Nature Center as well, the Steel Creek Park Nature Center, where I work, we've got a couple of wonderful bird experts there, and I'm not one of them, so you know I'm not just tooting my own horn. And that's a great place to get started as well.
That's great. Now, so, and then what about for the novice ones? You say go ahead and join in with an avid one?
Absolutely, yeah.
Or come over to the Nature Center
take advantage
and get a tutorial?
Yep, take advantage of the programs that are always happening. Bristol Bird Club is always running programs. You've also got the Kingsport Bird Club. Birding Kingsport is active with activities. But we also have some activities coming up at the Nature Center that are going to be bird themed. So we've got a winter bird walk on Saturday, February the 6th at 9:30 a.m. So just starting the new year off right. And then we're also going to focus on woodpeckers at a woodpecker walk on March the 5th, which will be a lot of fun at Steel Creek Park.
And then I think you brought a picture of a bird. Is this a bird that we're going to maybe see if we come out to Steel Creek?
Well, sure. Now, of course, there are very few things that will make promises for you. You never want to promise things for nature because you'll oftentimes be disappointed. But, you know, at Steel Creek Park, there are some things that we feel pretty confident that you might be able to see, like Canada geese, maybe, but also lots of others, and including some migratory birds. But then one thing I also wanted to mention, if you're new to bird watching in this region, in the 5-county area of what we call, you know, Northeast Tennessee, there's actually an article on winter bird watching this area in the current issue of the Tennessee Conservationist, which is the magazine put out by the State Parks program. And these are available at the area state parks and some other places as well. And it was authored by
And was there a photo? I couldn't.
Oh, there is, yeah. And this actually, a lot of this focuses on Steel Creek Park birds. And so some of these photos come from especially Larry McDaniel, naturalist at the park, who takes a lot of wonderful pictures. But this article is a great first stop for folks.
Yeah, it gives you a little tutorial. So that's great. Anything else that we need to know?
No, but I would say always keep an eye out for our activities brochure. You know, not just birds, but we've got a lot of other programs happening. Even in the wintertime when a lot of people are bundled up and staying in, we still go outside and play. So we always recommend folks check out our activities and get out the holidays and come see us.
Well, thank you, Jeremy. We definitely will do that. If you haven't checked it out before, you definitely need to, because there's just some great programs and activities over there. So thanks so much for being on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Stay with us. We'll be back in just a second.